To file federal and state taxes is approaching. After that comes tax refund season. KLTV's JD Conti tells us many Americans plan to use that money to pay off a historic amount of debt.
Right now, millions of Americans are preparing to file their taxes. That means it's busy season for East Texas accountants like Juan Martinez. This comes as Americans hold record high levels of debt. According to the Federal Reserve, total household debt rose to $17.5 trillion by the end of 2023, an increase of $212 billion. Many Americans plan on taking their tax refund and using it to lower that debt.
Our clients are pretty much nothing different. It's pretty much, how can we save? It's the theme of nowadays,
Credit card debt rose by $50 billion in the fourth quarter, car loans 12, and mortgages by $112 billion. If you're looking to use your tax refund to help with your debt, Martinez says knowing the deductions you're eligible for can help maximize your refund.
You have to look for items such credits. Tax credits is basically one of our favorite terms, when we explain, like for instance, for families that have college students, they should take advantage of the American Opportunity Credit, which puts up to $2,500 in the pockets of the parents per student per year.
While Americans continue to pile debt, if you need more time for your taxes, you can file for an extension.
You have 6 months. Now, my advice for those folks who file for an extension, don't wait until October 15, 2024 to file your taxes. Just as soon as you have the paperwork, visit with your preparer.
JD Conti, KLTV 7 News.
Texas is one of 12 states where residents can be eligible for the IRS's free direct file program.